The story of Donald Trump, from skyscrapers to the halls of power. On the morning of June 14, 1946, Donald John Trump was born in the Queensboro of New York City, in a modest two-story house owned by his father, real estate businessman Fred Trump. Donald was not an ordinary child. Born with a silver spoon in his mouth, as many would say, he also had something extra. An insatiable thirst for success and a personality unafraid of risk. His father, Fred, was a man who climbed the economic ladder by building affordable housing throughout New York City and its suburbs. His mother, Mary Ann MacLeod, was a Scottish immigrant who came to America as a teenager carrying little money and a suitcase full of dreams, childhood and rebellion. Donald grew up in a home governed by conservative values and discipline. But unlike his siblings, he was rebellious, loved challenges, and disliked rules. He wasn't a quiet student, frequently involved in pranks and fights. His unruliness led his parents to send him to the New York Military Academy at age 13. There, his chaotic energy transformed into leadership. He became a battalion commander, a baseball player, and a spokesperson for his peers. That experience became a turning point, teaching him order, discipline, and instilling the belief that he could become something great. Education and the real world. After graduating, Trump spent 2 years at Fordham University before transferring to the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, where he studied economics and real estate. He graduated in 1968 and immediately joined his father's company, then known as Elizabeth Trump and Son. But Donald wasn't content working on low-income housing. He wanted his name in the sky, among the skyscrapers, celebrities, and wealth of Manhattan. The birth of an empire. In the early 1970s, Donald took over the business and rebranded it as the Trump Organization. His first big move was the redevelopment of the crumbling Grand Hyatt Hotel near Grand Central Station, a risky project most investors avoided. With cunning negotiation and tax incentives, Trump turned it into a success story. Then came the landmark, Trump Tower, a 58-story building on Fifth Avenue, featuring luxury shops, offices, and his gold-plated penthouse. It wasn't just a building, it was the beginning of the Trump brand. The man and the brand. Trump mastered self-promotion. He turned his name into a personal brand. He launched product lines, from cologne to bottled water, even steaks. He authored bestsellers like The Art of the Deal, 1987, selling millions of copies and positioning himself as the ultimate symbol of American capitalism. But big ventures brought big losses. In the 1990s, Trump faced financial turmoil. His companies filed for bankruptcy 4 times, including his Atlantic City casinos. Many predicted his downfall, but he always returned, smiling for the cameras. He knew how to own the media spotlight. Television stardom. In 2004, Trump became a reality TV star with The Apprentice, where contestants competed for a job in his empire. The show drew massive ratings, and his catchphrase, "You're fired," became iconic. Through TV, Trump evolved into more than a businessman. He became a household name, a fixture in American pop culture, and a weekly presence in living rooms across the nation. Entering politics, Trump had flirted with politics before, even considering presidential runs in the 1990s. But in June 2015, he made it official from Trump Tower. "I am running for President of the United States. We are going to make America great again." His rhetoric was fiery from day one, attacking immigration, China, NATO, and the political establishment. Elites scoffed, but his populist base grew quickly. A shocking rise. In the Republican primaries, Trump defeated seasoned politicians. In the 2016 general election, he faced Hillary Clinton, a veteran of Washington, and won in a shocking upset that stunned the world. Presidency, 2017 to 2021. As president, Trump broke the mold. He used Twitter as a megaphone. He withdrew from global agreements, sanctioned Iran, pushed America First policies, and appointed conservative judges to the Supreme Court. In 2019, he faced impeachment over a phone call with Ukraine's president, accused of pressuring him to investigate Joe Biden. The Senate acquitted him. Then came COVID-19, the ultimate test. Critics attacked his delayed response and inconsistent messaging, defeat, and controversy. In November 2020, Trump lost to Joe Biden, but he refused to concede, claiming the election was stolen. That claim climaxed in the shocking January 6, 2021 Capitol riot by his supporters, a dark day in American history. He was impeached again, but acquitted once more. Post-presidency, Trump didn't fade. He held rallies, battled civil and criminal lawsuits, from tax fraud to election interference. In late 2022, he officially declared his candidacy for the 2024 election, defying opponents within his own party.
Despite the drama, his loyal base remained strong. To many, he was still the real leader, the one who could restore America. Personal life. Trump has been married 3 times, to Ivana Trump, check, with whom he had Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. To Marla Maples, with whom he had Tiffany. To Melania Trump, the former First Lady, with whom he had Barron. Despite a complex personal life, Trump often portrays a united family front, especially with Ivanka, his closest political and economic confidant. Trump and power, magnetism or menace. Trump's presidency rewrote political norms. He governed in a brash, personal style that alienated institutions and energized supporters. His speeches targeted his base, not the establishment. Twitter became his battlefield, attacking media, judges, and even his own allies. His populism polarized the country and redefined American politics. Foreign policy, isolation, and shockwaves. Trump reshaped global policy, withdrew from the Paris Climate Accord, exited the Iran nuclear deal in 2018, met North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, an unprecedented move with few results, moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, sparking global controversy, threatened allies like Germany and Canada over NATO funding. His message, America first, even if the world gets angry. The economy under Trump. Before COVID-19, the economy boomed, unemployment hit record lows, stock markets soared, taxes were cut for individuals and corporations, but critics said the rich benefited most, and inequality grew. Then the pandemic hit, causing shutdowns, job losses, and deep economic pain, scandals and lawsuits. After leaving office, Trump faced ongoing legal battles, tax evasion investigations, inciting the Capitol riot, mishandling classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, allegations of hush money to an adult film actress. Yet no convictions. Trump presented himself as the victim of a political witch hunt. Trump versus the media. Trump has always been a media phenomenon. Outlets like Fox News supported him, while CNN and MSNBC were fierce critics. But he knew how to manipulate the media, turning every crisis into a branding opportunity. He saw the media not as a neutral platform, but as a battlefield. The Comeback, 2025, a fictional glimpse. In a stunning political resurrection, Donald Trump won the 2024 election and was inaugurated again on January 20th, 2025. Standing before cheering crowds at the Capitol, he declared, "I'm back." A controversial return to power. Despite lawsuits, party rivals, and media attacks, Trump staged a political comeback, defeated incumbent Joe Biden, tapped into anger over inflation, immigration, and cultural decline, promised to drain the swamp and destroy the deep state. The first 100 days, action and fury. Trump moved quickly, reinstated strict immigration rules, and expanded the southern border wall, withdrew from international agreements Biden had rejoined, purged federal agencies, replacing hundreds of officials, reignited war with the media, calling some outlets enemies of the people. This time, he wasn't acting like a typical president, but as a man on a mission to settle scores and reshape the system. Foreign policy redux. His second term sparked international unrest. imposed fresh tariffs on China, triggering a new trade standoff, threatened NATO, demanding higher payments or partial withdrawal, aligned fully with Israel, fueling Middle East outrage, open talks with Putin, raising eyebrows once more. Domestic divisions deep in America grew more divided. His base saw him as the savior from chaos. Critics called him a threat to democracy. Protests reignited after he proposed constitutional changes to expand executive power and remove defiant federal judges. Even the GOP split between Trump loyalists and traditional Republicans. Economy under strain. Initial optimism gave way to uncertainty. His Made in America-only policy hurt global trade ties but boosted some local industries. Suggested printing more money for the middle class. Economists were alarmed. Investors became jittery, fearing long-term instability. Trump now, man or movement? By year one of his second term, Trump was no longer just a man. He had become a political, cultural, and media movement. Launched his own media platform, held rallies that felt like religious revivals. Some states even flirted with secession in protest of his rule. The open ending. Where next? No one truly knows where this story ends. Will Trump lead America to new prosperity or into deeper chaos and irreversible division? Will he seek to change the Constitution and run again, or step down triumphantly as the man who rewrote American history? One thing is certain. Donald Trump was never an ordinary president and never will be. Love him or hate him, you cannot ignore him.